Ever felt like you're lost in a digital maze, trying to navigate a complex system where you're not quite sure what you're even allowed to do? You're clicking buttons, hoping you don't accidentally delete something crucial, and praying you can find the report you actually need. Sound familiar? If you're working with NetSuite or considering it, that feeling of being overwhelmed by permissions and access levels is something you've probably encountered or are about to. Let's be real. NetSuite is powerful. It's a comprehensive cloud ERP that can revolutionize your business. But with that power comes complexity. And one of the most crucial, yet often misunderstood, aspects of that complexity is the concept of roles. So instead of jumping straight into a dry definition, let's ask a more fundamental question. Why do roles even matter in a system like NetSuite? Imagine a company with hundreds of employees, each with different responsibilities. You've got your sales team, your accounting department, your warehouse staff, and your executive leadership. If everyone had the same access to every piece of data and every function within NetSuite, chaos would ensue. You'd have sales reps accidentally modifying financial reports, warehouse workers approving purchase orders, and executives getting bombarded with irrelevant data. That's where roles come in. They're the gatekeepers, the traffic controllers, the carefully crafted blueprints that dictate what each user can see and do within the system. They ensure that the right people have the right access at the right time. Think of it like this: a building with different rooms, each with a specific purpose. Some rooms are open to the public, like a lobby. Others require a key card, like a secure server room. And some are reserved for specific individuals, like the CEO's office. Roles in NetSuite act as those key cards, granting access to specific areas and functionalities based on a user's job responsibilities. Now let's dive into the core of what roles actually are within NetSuite. What are roles in NetSuite? In essence, a role in NetSuite is a set of permissions that define what a user can do within the system. These permissions control access to records, such as customers, vendors, items, and transactions. Forms, the layouts used to enter and view data. Reports and searches, the tools used to analyze and extract information. Menus and navigation, the overall structure of the user interface. Customization, the ability to modify and extend the system. NetSuite provides a library of predefined roles, often called standard roles, that cover common job functions. These include roles like administrator, the all-powerful role with unrestricted access to everything. Accountant, focused on financial transactions and reporting. Sales representative, centered on customer management and sales orders. Warehouse manager, dealing with inventory and fulfillment. Web services only role, allowing third-party applications to connect to NetSuite. These standard roles are a great starting point, but they often need to be customized to fit the specific needs of your organization. That's where the real power of NetSuite roles comes into play. Customizing and creating roles. NetSuite allows you to create custom roles by copying and modifying existing standard roles or by building them from scratch. This gives you granular control over permissions, allowing you to tailor the system to your exact requirements. When customizing or creating roles, you'll need to consider several key factors. Job responsibilities. What tasks does the user need to perform? Data sensitivity. What information should the user have access to? Security requirements. What level of access is appropriate for the user's role? Audit trails. What actions should be tracked for compliance purposes? The process involves selecting specific permissions from a comprehensive list, assigning them to the role, and then assigning the role to users. NetSuite's robust permission system allows you to control access at a very detailed level. Key permissions to understand. Let's look at some of the key permission types you'll encounter when working with roles. Lists. Controls access to lists of records, such as customers, vendors, and employees. Transactions. Controls access to sales orders, purchase orders, invoices, and other transactional data. Reports. Controls access to standard and custom reports. Customization. Controls the ability to modify forms, fields, and other system settings. Setup. Controls access to administrative functions, such as user management and configuration. Within each permission type, you can further refine access by specifying levels such as View. Allows the user to view data but not modify it. Create. Allows the user to create new records or transactions. Edit. Allows the user to modify existing records or transactions. Delete. Allows the user to delete records or transactions. Full grants all permissions within the specific area. Best practices for role management. Effective role management is crucial for maintaining data security and ensuring efficient operations. Here are some best practices to keep in mind. Principle of least privilege. Grant users only the permissions they need to perform their job responsibilities. Role-based access control. RBAC assign permissions based on roles rather than individual users. Regular role reviews. Periodically review and update roles to ensure they remain aligned with business needs. Document roles. Maintain clear documentation of all roles and their associated permissions. Test roles thoroughly. Test new or modified roles in a sandbox environment before deploying them in production. Utilize segregation of duties. Ensure that critical functions are separated among different roles to prevent fraud and errors. Use naming conventions. Create clear and easy-to-understand names for custom roles. Leverage NetSuite's role comparison tool. Use this tool to compare roles and quickly identify differences in permissions. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.